Hi, let us have a quick understanding on HTTP status code. Whenever the HTTP response is being provided either by the servlet or by the server, it can set the status code against the response to provide information to the client. And the status code can be categorized into these 5 groups based on what response it wanted to provide. And each status code will have a specific meaning. I can get into this specific URL, HTTP response status codes, and see the meaning for each and every status code. Say for example, if everything goes fine, it will be providing the status code 200. If the required resource is not found, I will be getting the status code as 404 not found. And using the servlet, I can set the required status code against the response object. Let's see a small sample. Let me go ahead and create a small servlet. And I am going to restrict the servlet to respond only against the doGet method. In case if anyone makes a request using the post method, it should give a response back saying that particular method is not allowed. Let me go ahead and create a new servlet. Let me name the servlet as set status code. I'm leaving all the value as default, and I'm going to give implementation against the post method, where if any request made against the post method, it should set the status code as method not allowed and send across the error message. Against the response, I will be using the method set status, and within the HTTP servlet response class, I do have a constant on various error messages. 405 is method not allowed. So I'll be setting the status code with the constant sc underscore method underscore not underscore allowed. Then I'll be getting the writer object from the response, and I'll be writing the content with a custom message saying use get instead. To test this, I'm going to create a sample HTML file which can make a post request explicitly. So I'm going to create a HTML file, set the status code, and I'll be creating a sample form with submit button, and I'll make the method as post. So I'll be submitting the request against the servlet set status code, and the method will be of type post, so that it will invoke the doPost method, and this particular response I should be in a position to get. Let me execute this specific HTML file, run as run on server. I do have the HTML. I'm going to make the post method submit, and I have got the error message 405. So the error message that I have set method not allowed, that is getting displayed. The same way, whatever the custom error message or the status code if I wanted to set, I can go ahead and set. These are all the list of possible status code that I can set against the HTTP response. So in a quick summary, we have seen how to set the status code against the response object, and we have seen a sample response code of method not allowed by restricting the servlet to respond only through the get request.